So Donald Trump has lost his touch. Donald Trump has lost his touch. He must have. Because his campaign is imploding before our very eyes. New polls came out. In Texas, Donald Trump is only up by 1 point. In Texas, in the Republican bastion of Texas, the Longhorn State, Donald Trump, the Republican candidate for president of the United States, is only up by 1 point. 1 point. A poll from a couple weeks back had Biden up by 0.3 points in Texas. In Florida, it's supposed to be another bastion for Donald Trump specifically. Biden's up by 6 points. In Arizona, Biden and Trump are tied. Arizona, dude. That's a routinely red state and has been for the last 20, 30 years. Dude. In Georgia, my home state, polls came out. Biden up by 4. Trump only up by 3. Biden up by 1. Dude! And it's crazy to me. In Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Pennsylvania, Biden's routinely cleaning Trump's clock. Oh my God. In the national polls, Biden up 10, 12, 8 points. Wow. Oh, man. Trump is imploding. Trump is imploding. You want to know why he's imploding? Because he's sending out the education secretary. He's going out himself. Just wear a mask for the first time in public a couple days ago. Cases are surging across the country, and he is asleep at the wheel. Asleep at the wheel. His education secretary went on mainstream media news a day or two ago. And they still peddled this narrative that they are going to cut funding to schools if they don't fully reopen. This is on CNN. And then Dana Bash, the news host, called back and was like, oh, okay, but what's the plan? You need to have a plan, right? The virus is still there. We acknowledge that. What's the plan? Betsy DeVos was like, I don't have a plan. We don't need a plan. We need to open, plain and simple. We need to open. Y'all are asleep at the wheel. Don't you see that this scares people? Don't you see that if you're not going to talk about the pandemic and the depression and the looming eviction crisis and the fact that people are losing their lives every day, that if you don't present some just illusion of leadership at the very least, that people are going to be scared and threatened by that their livelihood is now at stake and they're not going to vote for you? It doesn't matter how many times you talk about tearing down statues and call BLM a hate symbol and say when the looting starts, the shooting starts. It doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter how many times you say that. Because when somebody's life is at stake, when somebody's elderly member of their family, then their life is at stake. When people are losing their lives on a daily basis, when people are being kicked out of their homes, when they're losing their jobs, when the rich is running away with $500 billion in wealth, but we are struggling to survive, people are going to get angry, dude. This guy is imploding. This guy is imploding, and it is honestly quite beautiful to see. I love it. I don't want this. Dude, I'm scared every day this guy's in office. I'm scared. I want to leave my home, dude. I want to be able to go out and see my friends and see my family. But I can't because I'm playing my part in being a patriot and I'm staying home. So I protect not just members of my family, but also just average schmucks, dude. I don't want to spread the virus. I want to do my part, so I stay home. Only go to things when I need to go. Only go out to eat when I need to go. Wear a mask if I do. But for some reason, this guy is acting like COVID doesn't exist. This guy is acting like people are not losing their jobs and the economy is hemorrhaging trillions of dollars. And that people are not struggling to survive economically, but also in terms of the pandemic. This is the strategy. COVID. What's wrong with you, dude? Why are you threatening to cut funding to schools if they don't reopen? They're trying to save the lives of children and their families. You fucking idiot. Oh my goodness. You look stupid. You look incompetent. You're scaring people. Of course they're not going to vote for you. It's simple math. I don't know what the strategy is, bro. I really don't know I don't know what he's trying to do. This guy the other day, he's putting out this letter of trying to barrage Fauci and all the health experts. Said the CDC guidelines for opening schools are dumb. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Oh my God. It's so irritating. It's scary. It's frightening. And it infuriates me, dude. I want to leave my home. I want this pandemic to be over. I want to find some type of solution. In Europe, they're now safely reopening because they followed the guidelines. They wore a mask. There was a nationwide mask order in many of these countries across the developed world. They instituted a UBI so that people's jobs were saved, so that their livelihood was saved. They did basic reforms and basic practices. They did basic governing. But here in the United States, of course, here in the United States, we have a celebrity, madman, deranged asshole as president who's just an establishment Republican hidden in populist clothing. And now this guy's out here completely asleep at the wheel, won't even wear a mask, and finally wore one a couple days ago, 4 months into the pandemic. Oh my goodness. Woo, it's so frightening and scary and infuriating. I know a lot of y'all feel the same way, man. And at this point, again, I'm going to vote for Biden. I have to. Dude, if they're not going to do basic governing, I have to vote for the lesser of two evils. At least Joe Biden can handle basic governing. And if not him, then the people surrounding him, the people propping him up, because I know he's probably in serious cognitive decline. At least they would handle basic governing. At least they wouldn't barrage the leading pandemic expert, Anthony Fauci. At least they would not threaten to cut funding for schools that don't reopen. At least they could handle basic preventative measures to stop the spread of the virus. Silver lining all this, though, one thing that Trump has done is he's put a lot of funding into finding a vaccine. So hopefully, the I forget the name of the company, but they gave them a huge deal to basically say, okay, by January, February, you're going to produce 100 million doses of the COVID vaccine. So hopefully by January or February, we have a distribution network of vaccines. Plenty of people said they already won't take it. Y'all are also fucking idiots. But hopefully that does something. And hopefully that can accelerate the process of us going back to some version of normal. But I can't, bro. I can't. Good riddance. I hope he gets out. I hope Joe Biden becomes president. And I never thought I would live to see to utter those words. But this is reality, dude. We need leadership. We need some version of stability, and we need it now because this crisis is not going to go away within the next few months. This is going to be a year-long, few years-long affair. And if we don't handle this in the proper way, if we don't handle basic governing, there's going to be chaos of a scale we've never seen, at least in our lifetimes. So let's get his ass up out of there, man. Go vote. I'm going to register today. Let's get it popping, man. Get his ass up out of there. Let's do it. Shit.